Hi and welcome on to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. The big news in the papers today, and there's not a lot of big news around, but the big news is all about Hector Bellerin. Now, the big rumour going around is that Manchester City have not given up on signing Hector Bellerin. The Times and many other publications in the UK today go with this big story that Pep Guardiola is desperate to sign Hector Bellerin. Of course, Pep Guardiola, ex-Barcelona, as we know. Hector Bellerin, originally from Barcelona, came to the UK and has made it big at England. And, you know, basically what they're saying in there is that Pep Guardiola, with all the problems he's got on the wings, and let's face it, you know, the wingers that they have at the moment, just not up to the speed of Hector Bellerin. Hector Bellerin has been brilliant. He's young, he's only getting better, and, you know, they'd love to have him at Manchester City. And hence they're saying that, you know, come this summer, Pep Guardiola is going to come back in with massive amount of money to try and lure Hector Bellerin away from Arsenal. Now, if I was Arsenal fans out there, like myself, don't panic. Remember, we just recently signed Hector Bellerin on a new 5-year contract, and I think there's no way that Arsenal will be selling Hector Bellerin to Manchester City. It would take a disaster from now till the end of the season, maybe I don't know, not finishing in the top 6 maybe, and, you know, everything just falling apart where we'd have to maybe get rid of some players. I don't know. I just can't see the scenario. Hector Bellerin going forward is an integral part of Arsenal. He loves it in London. There's many people out there who are suggesting that he's going to be a future captain of Arsenal. He's flourishing at Arsenal, which will help him to get more appearances in the national team. So why would he want to go to Manchester City? We know that they've got loads of money. We know that next season they'll come and they'll try and rebuild that team. But why would he want to leave? Even the lure of Pep Guardiola, which at the start of the season, many people would look on that and say, wow, you know, to play for Pep. All of a sudden, that's not as attractive as it was before. So I wouldn't worry too much about this rumour, but everybody going hard with it today that, you know, Manchester City are going to come back in for Bellerin. As I said, Arsenal at the moment are not looking to be selling their best players to rival clubs in the Premier League. I don't think we're in the same sort of situation as when we sold Van Persie to Manchester United. Another rumour going around today about a midfielder. German midfielder, plays for Schalke, goes by the name of Leon Goretzka. He's 21 years of age. He's had 3 caps for Germany, but he's very highly rated over there in Germany. A real playmaker of a midfielder, and hence, because of what's happening with Santi Cazorla, the fact that he's been out injured for so long, the uncertainty around Jack Wilshere, will he come back next season, won't he, will he sign a new deal? Lots of these sort of players are getting linked with Arsenal, and Bild, the German publication, they claim that he could leave at the end of the season if Schalke don't make the Champions League. Schalke have been performing pretty poorly so far this season, and Arsenal and Juventus both linked to signing this guy. Also, Juventus get linked to signing everybody, by the way. So, but he's been linked today. Remember yesterday I did the poll about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. We were being very, very loosely linked with him yesterday, but basically Dortmund have come out, the CEO, and said, listen, if anybody wants to buy him, it's 80 million euros is what the asking price is going to be. That's according to what the press have said. I asked everybody, do you think we still need to sign Aubameyang when you consider that we've got guys like Alexis who've been brilliant up front, who can play there? You know, you've got Giroud, Welbeck, you know, lots of options there. But the poll still want Aubameyang. The poll result is in, and it's 83% of the fans who responded to that said they would like to sign Aubameyang. 17% no. So that is pretty resounding. And listen, Aubameyang, you can't turn down players like that. If you had a front three with Aubameyang, and then, you know, you've got, I don't know, Walcott on one side, you've got on the other side Alexis, you know, that all of a sudden, you know, Ozil behind them, that's starting to look like, you know, real title winning stuff, you know, a season in, season out. So how could you turn down a player like that? And if the reports are true that last season Arsenal tried to, you know, in the summer make an €80 million bid for him, go back in. Let's see Arsenal's mettle. I'm going to run another poll because this has been a weird window. Since I've been doing ArsenalFanTV, this is like the 4th season now, right? And one of the things is that every time you do transfer stuff, we just need so many players. We need strikers, we need defenders, defensive midfielders. We just, you know, we get linked with everybody, but we need them. We do need them. Half of the time, Wenger never ends up buying them, but we always need them. But this January has been strange in that, do we really need anyone? Even a lot of the fans that normally are quite vociferous and are saying, listen, Wenger, get him. They're not really, you know, saying, you know, we need to get this, get that, you know. And maybe if they are, there's just a one player. Because I think we all realise we've got defensive midfielders. Defenders are pretty good. Goalkeeper, which is a position that we've always had problems with. We've got a couple of good ones there. Up front, Alexis is doing the business. Giroud's doing the business. Walcott's been scoring a lot of goals this season, even though he's out injured now. So we've got firepower up front. And the question is, do we actually need to sign anybody this January? Yes or no? That is today's poll. Do we need to sign anybody this January? Yes or no? Let me know what you think in the poll. Alexis watched today. Again, even Alexis watches pretty quiet today. I did see this really funny story, right? When these are the type of stories that make me laugh. And these are the type of stories where I say it's just a completely made up story, manufactured story, where there was one publication where they said that Alexis, Arsene Wenger set to anger Alexis, right? And the story goes on to say that Alexis will be angry because he'll probably be left out of the FA Cup starting 11 against Southampton this weekend. And they've manufactured that to make a story. And it's I was just laughing at that. But listen, this is what's going to keep happening until he signs a new deal. Get it done. Every day I say it, sign the thing. Or get him to sign the thing. Right, let's get into some of your comments. Hollow VV Point says, yes, of course we do. This is about Aubameyang. I asked a question in the comments as well. It was evident in our last game against Burnley that we still lack something up front. Pushing Alexis up there, and then we have no danger at all on the wings. We should have bought someone decent in the summer, so I can't really see us getting anyone now. But like someone below said, Aubameyang could win us the league. Toyosi says Morata is completely useless. He's not improved since 3 years ago. His mates who were there at that time are 3 years levels above him. We should try and get Harry Kane, Lukaku or Dybala. Harry Kane. Finn7 simply says, because we spoke yesterday about Ricardo Rodriguez, he says, what about Cohen Bramall? True, we signed Cohen Bramall, this kid from Hedensford Town. Listen, I haven't seen him play yet, so, you know, I don't know what he's like. I don't know what he's going to be like, but obviously he's not going to be a player, I don't think, that's going to step straight into the first team. And finish with this one. This is Marks117X says, the real question is, can we afford them? And he says, oh, I already know what the answer is. No. And that's in reply to getting Aubameyang or Morata, 51 million. The answer is we can afford them. We can afford to buy a Morata, no doubt. We can afford to buy an Aubameyang, I feel, no doubt, in the summer. All right, we would probably mean that a player or two might have to go out and, you know, but we could afford to buy Aubameyang for 80 million euros. Arsenal are the 7th richest club in the world, and they should be going in for players like this. Whether he'd come, you know, I think his ambition's always been to go to Real Madrid, is another matter, but we should be in the conversation anytime any of these big players get mentioned, and that's something that really frustrates the life out of me. Thanks for watching the show today, and we'll be back round about the same time tomorrow. Also, just before I go, Don't forget to check out the new podcast that's coming out today with me and DT. Make sure you check that out. That is about transfers as well. Very, very interesting. So make sure you check it out.